Oh my God, Andy, you have to watch this Real Housewives show on Bravo, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. You need a Mormon cougar, okay? Bye.
Andy, I can't even believe I have to talk you off this ledge. I'm sitting here working my ass off for you, for all these great artists you work with. Your passive aggression is driving me absolutely bonkers. And if you tell me you want to have a career like Heather FLC, I guess Heather from Salt Lake City Housewives, and you keep comparing your career to somebody named Heather on the Housewives, and that's somehow supposed to be a motivating factor for me, you're out of your fucking mind. Seriously. For one, you don't compare yourself to anyone else, and definitely don't compare yourself to a Real Housewife of any city. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I like what you did too. That's my favorite. Yeah.
All right, here we go. God damn it, come on. Come on. There we go.
Woo!
And we're back.
If we just counted 1, 2, 3, it'd probably go better. We're back.
Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast. I'm Andy Frasco. This is my co-host, Nicholas. What's your middle name again?
It's been you've gotten this wrong multiple times. Guess. Get there. It starts
Aaron.
No, it starts with a consonant.
What's that? A C? Christopher.
He asked me what a consonant is, people. You know what a vowel is?
Shut the fuck up. Let me introduce you. Nick Gerlach is my co-host.
Stewart.
And Stewart. That's a consonant?
S? Yeah.
Oh.
Holy
God
shit.
damn it. I'm getting dumber and dumber as I fucking get older.
I actually had this conversation with Julie about you last night. I was like, Andy Frasco on any given topic is either a complete genius or a complete moron. And there's nothing in between. You don't know the capital of Delaware, but like you can do like marketing numbers like in your like while you're on the phone with someone else. And I that might come off a little mean, but I think
it's true.
It's pretty true.
Well, I'm like hyper focused, and everything else I just don't give a shit about.
Because she was talking about I was doing something on my computer, and she's like, "How the fuck do you even know how to do that?" I was like, "Because I know a little bit about everything." Yeah. It's like we're very different in that way.
That's different. That's why you're the best co-host.
Well, we'll see.
So shout out to you.
Well, I didn't want to make that about me. Actually, I was just saying like you're either.
It's always about you, Nick.
No, it isn't. It's actually about you. You're either a genius or not a genius.
Yeah,
you know.
I respect that.
Just honesty.
Yeah, I just I like
but you
what
are
I like.
you are fucking really good at some things.
Thanks, buddy.
But if you don't know something, you don't know the shit out of it. Tampa?
I had so much fun in Tampa.
Oh, man, so
it's kind of fun when you just ditch the whole crew and just go Bill Murray style with fans to just a bar.
Dude,
by myself.
That's what I would do. If I had fans like you did, it would be just fun to just go out and make people's day like that.
I had the most fun. We did Gasparilla Fest, and the show was packed. It was like we played second stage.
Yeah.
And
I played that festival.
Fucking slammed. F4.
Yeah.
They said it was the biggest crowd. So shout out to Tampa fucking spreading the word about the band.
You're a great like 5 p.m. festival play.
That is my, honestly, I hate doing the fucking headline set at a festival. And like, I want the 4, I want the 5 o'clock, I want the 3. Like, that is my perfect.
See, you get it that you're a genius about certain things.
Yes.
Because you understand that like Soundtrap Sector 9, they have to play at night. They have to.
Yeah.
Because the lights are like 30% of it.
Right.
You don't even need lights. You are the lights.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're perfect for like, oh, I'm just starting to get my buzz on. It's 6 p.m. I'm starting to get in a good mood. My lady's
Let's
here
start
with me.
the night, baby.
I got the night off. This is like, I don't have to do shit tomorrow. That's like perfect. Then you come in and then like the artsy jam band comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we're a perfect sunset
6
band.
Exactly. See, you get it. And that's still a really good slot.
That's the best slot.
You can headline at 6 p.m.
I love when the sun's is out during the set and it's setting by the night.
It's been hot all day and just starting to cool off.
Yeah, and the wind is breezing and everyone's finally getting comfortable, not having like swamp ass and shit.
I want to play a music festival now.
Dude, you're about to.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You're doing that work. What's that workout thing?
That's inside. That's at Surfs. Workout West. That's gonna be cool. It's on April 2nd.
That'll be fun.
It's like I'm doing my Nick Gerlach's Cult set, solo music.
Did they announce workout yet?
I don't know.
Like
actually.
the bands?
No, I don't think so.
All right, good.
But Workout West is like I'm doing like tweener, so I'm doing 350, and then I'm playing with the headliner, super jam.
That'll be fun.
Me and Sunsquabi and Borum.
Oh, nice. So you're back in the Denver.
We're back.
Has your agent got you any shows?
Yeah, well, nothing confirmed, but yeah, he got me that.
Oh, sick. Let's go. What's his name?
Working on some stuff. Jordan.
Shout out to Jordan.
He's a good-looking guy, actually.
Yeah,
I'll bring a pic next week. I don't have anything ready.
Oh, man. So I went to Gasparilla, and it was fucking awesome.
Pirate.
Badass show.
Right? It's a pirate thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes I get nervous.
I love Tampa.
Yeah. Sometimes I get nervous when, like, we have a bass switch, because sometimes Chris has to play bass. And, like, he hasn't played in a month and a half, so we're basically just fucking throw and go and pray for the fucking rock gods, and he fucking killed it. So shout out to Chris Lorentz, our editor.
Oh, he was there this weekend?
Yeah, he killed it.
No Floyd?
No Floyd.
What,
Floyd
he couldn't get a flight?
yeah, it's fucking domestic. Yeah, there's no domestic flights from Nantucket.
That guy, I'm still in, so
Come on, Floyd.
I'm still in the group chat.
Jesus fuck. Yeah, you are still in the group chat.
And every once in a while I'll pop in or I'll just like act like I'm like going to sound check. But every time you guys go home from somewhere over winter, Floyd is texting. It's like 2 days after everyone's been home, and he's like, "Oh, I'm almost to Boston. Another flight. If this gale doesn't pick up, I think I'll be able to get home by Thursday." It's always
he's the worst
issue.
Luck. He's the worst luck.
Well, don't live by a regional airport.
Chris Lorentz also. All bass players have the worst luck in our band. Chris Lorentz. We were in China, and I don't know. We were just. Oh yeah, Sasha Grey was in town.
The porn star?
Yeah,
I think she might be from my hometown.
Yeah, she's badass. She watched our show in Macau, then invited us to this like after party, porn star after party.
Yeah, I'll be there. You know,
it was fucking awesome.
How do you not go to that? You got to like at least see what's
Yeah, it wasn't like sex. It's just them partying at a club.
But I bet they're like all personalities.
Yeah, they're all fucking wild as shit.
That's what I'm saying. These aren't like accountants.
You see like people like, and it's like very illegal to do drugs in China.
Really?
And, oh my god!
Everywhere,
dude.
Or just Macau?
No, just everywhere in China. Like weed will give you a death penalty. Cocaine will give you the death penalty.
Okay, that doesn't sound very legal.
That's why I said illegal.
Oh, I thought you said legal.
No.
That's why
illegal.
I was confused. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
So we go to this party, and this is when I'm kind of still doing my blow and stuff. And doing like coke in the bathroom with porn stars and shit, and they're just getting wild and just like talking to me like, I love metal music. They all love metal music.
Yeah, because they're coked out of their head all the time.
But it was a lot of fun.
Wow,
so
the people
shout out to
railing...
Sasha Grey for letting me on party. I don't know how I got there, but after party, just saying yes. So this is what I did. So Gasparilla, I got out. You know, the band's doing their thing. Everyone's like kind of like have 5 a.m. flights, so I knew they were going to be kind of done. And I'm like, my flight's at 7 a.m., so I'm going out. So I go out.
2 hours.
So these guys, I hung out with my homies who are like these super Humphrey heads.
Oh.
And I hung out with him for his birthday. It was his birthday that day. So him and his girlfriend, we're a trio. I was walking around, taking photos and shit. I love doing that shit. And then we go out, and then we meet a couple more fans at the after party at the Hub. Like a couple more fans who listen to the podcast religiously and know everything about us. It was so fucking cool. They're like, yo, how's Nick doing? You know, if you ever need talking about like I was like, damn, she knew everything. It was this couple who just like
I
loves
like that
the
we
podcast.
have a lot of male and female listeners.
It's killer. I love shout out to all the women listening to us. Fuck yeah.
It seems like a lot of podcasts are divided by gender lines, but I don't think ours is at all. I think it's like pretty close to half and half.
It is actually. It's 51-49.
That's exactly the same.
More women than men.
That's that exactly reflects the exact population.
Hell yeah. So shout out. So then I go out, and then now I'm just getting real buzzed.
Yeah.
I took a little Molly.
Uh-oh.
You know, I've been actually kind of partying on the weekends a little bit more than I normally do, but I have it under wrap where like I know when to stop now. Yeah. Took a litlittle Molly.
Really good to tell people about your felony on camera.
Yeah. And then I took a little coke.
Oopsie.
Well. Yeah,
No,
just a little bit. I took one bump. Because I was already like, that's the thing when you play at 4 p.m. I know, don't shake your head at me.
Brian's you're gonna definitely get a call from Brian in like 3 hours.
Well, I'm being honest about it, and I controlled it. I didn't have to do it all night.
I bet the Velveteers don't party like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Beau for getting a new job. Beau quit our band.
Beau quit Andy's band. Andy gave him a place to live and a job, and he said, gotta go.
Hey, man, no, I don't want to.
The grass is always greener anywhere else in the fucking world.
Yeah, enjoy it. You're going to have a blast. Yeah.
It's going to be so much easier to tour manage them.
I know.
There's only 3 of them. They're like young and new.
Yeah, and they probably don't party.
They're like opening arena tour, I think, or something like that.
Do they party? Do you know yet? Velveteers?
I mean, even if
No?
they party, it's like
Have you had a band call with the Velveteers? Yeah, I talked to them. Oh, cool. So were they nervous? The young kids or excited? I mean, it's a big tour for them. They're going on tour with Black Keys and Greta Van Fleet back to back.
what is it? A trio?
I think so. Yeah,
A girl and two guys?
they're pretty badass. I like their music.
Oh, really?
They're Boulder kids.
Non-binary? Oh, cool.
They're Boulder kids who are playing like punk
They're
rock.
Boulder kids?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. So I did a little
Cut
blow.
that.
Yeah. No, only us. Only talk about us.
Yeah.
So I did a little blow, and then I started going out, and I'm like 5 or 6 shots deep by 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And I kept going further and further away from the hotel. You ever have those things where
No,
you're like, this is
I don't do
horrible.
that. I'm good.
This is bad.
No, I have Nick.
Now it's going to be $100 Uber. And like, it's like, fuck. But I had a blast, and I didn't miss my flight. And Chris, that's why I brought up the Sasha Grey thing.
There it is.
Because Chris was partying hard. And
As he is wont to do.
Yeah. Floyd's done this in China too, where like they just give us nonstop everything.
Yeah. You're like stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And he threw up on the floor of the hotel and then pissed himself. Chris and peed all because he had his passport.
I love that Chris edits the podcast, so we know. We'll see if this makes it in.
He peed everywhere, and like our China liaison's pounding on the door. Christopher, you need to come. You need to go to the fucking airport. You need to go to the airport. You're running out of time. You're running out of time.
Wow.
And then they open the door, and you just see him just pissed out.
I mean, if you're gonna go for it. You know.
Yeah. So shout out to Chris for making the airport.
I would be so scared to get drunk in a foreign country like that.
Man, it's the best.
I know, but also but you don't like. I have that thing in me that's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be drunk by myself,
especially one where I'm so far from the language.
Yeah,
like, if I was in like Spain, I could probably figure some stuff out, or France.
Do you think they're gonna speak English in Puerto Rico?
I don't. I've never been there.
I just.
I don't think so. I think they speak Spanish, right? I think they probably speak both.
I don't know. What language do Puerto Rico?
Oh my God! It's definitely Spanish, but they definitely like. I think it's pretty. They're like smarter than us because they speak 2 languages basically.
So I'm going there for 2 weeks, but the first
With
2
the
days,
Cacuzas?
first 2 days I'm in San Juan by myself.
I don't like this. You going to Puerto Rico for 2 weeks with the Cacuzas.
The trip is very hiking. It's not. We're only staying in a bar. Mm-hmm. True, but also we're only staying.
You have a point.
We're only staying at like a bar, San Juan, for 4 days. And then we're going to like these islands where all the luminescent thing is, like where the Avatar water is. Yeah. I just rewatched the Will Smith National Geographic
Never seen
on
it.
Earth. It fucks.
I'm sure it does. All that stuff. So
it fucks, dude. And Will Smith is pretty good. You know, it's basically he probably is going everywhere that Jada is in it, you know, just to get the fuck away from that crazy chick.
Oh, yeah. They're not getting along, huh?
No, they're not.
I don't follow the celebrity.
He's like, we'll take the National Geographic gig. We'll take the host. He's hosting some fucking bullshit on TNT. I'm like, so shout out to Will fucking working it out.
He's had a pretty good career.
No, but we're going to a hotel that's teaching us how to surf for 5 days.
Okay. You're going to drink.
I know.
I don't believe you, and you are a liar.
You're
okay?
right.
That's all I'm saying about this.
I didn't drink last night.
You're saying you're going to hang out with the 2 Cacuzas for 2 weeks in Puerto Rico, and you're going to not get drunk very much?
You're right.
Reading the room.
You're right. I don't day drink anymore.
Congratulations. What do you... You want to fucking...
I don't.
You want a prize?
Only at night. But vacation's so different.
I only day drink at night.
What do you do on vacation?
Me? I don't really go on vacations. I don't know.
You don't take your girlfriend out on vacation?
We don't go...
Hold on. This is... No. Go back. Go back to this.
What?
Why don't you treat your lady to something dope?
I don't know. We went to Chicago.
Are you in? How do you show intimacy to your girlfriend?
I'm not answering these questions.
I'm not talking sexually. I'm just talking like, give me pointers. Like I am new to all this.
Well, you just got to do.
Thing.
I do little nice things all day.
Like what?
When we start making money on the podcast, I'll take her somewhere.
Yeah. But what do you do? Like little nice things, like you write her letters and stuff.
No, like I take her to work in the morning, and I pick her up from work,
and you take care of her. That's dope. Yeah. God, you are romantic.
Sort of.
You ever just?
I'm also not very romantic at all in other ways. Grand gestures are not my thing.
Yeah, like a Valentine's Day. Fuck that.
Valentine's Day is stupid.
Yeah. What about holiday? Do you get her a gift for Christmas?
Yeah, Sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't get each other anything. I don't know. Depends. Birthday more.
Yeah.
One year for Valentine's Day, I sent her to a hotel in Golden by herself for 3 days.
You know what you should send her this year?
What?
To sign up for Repsy.com.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
She's got to get her stand-up career off the ground.
Yeah, if you are a stand-up, if you are a musician, if you're a club owner, venue owner, what else is there? Oh, wedding planner. If you're anything from one side of being an artist to the other side of buying artists or helping build an event,
all of them,
sign up for Repsy.com. It's real easy. They don't take a cut if you're with an agency. I'm not sure if they got to take a cut from the other side, but that's respect. You got to make your money. You got to make your money. Go Repsy, make your money.
Yeah.
So sign up for Repsy.com. We've already had so many bands sign up, and it's been
in the hundreds, right?
Hundreds, almost 500s.
Yeah, other sponsors. If you're thinking about sponsors.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor the podcast, we are available because we give out great ads.
We do.
Sierra Ferrell's on the show.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything.
I am fucking jacked. I am obsessed with her. I've been listening to her for fucking.
Oh really?
For months now. It's all I listen to in the morning, right, Beau? It's the shit. She's amazing, and her life is story. She's almost died off heroin 3 times, and came back.
Damn.
She's lived as a gypsy in under trains, like under train tracks and shit. I don't want to ruin the whole interview, but I was mind boggled. I was like, because I already had a crush on her going in, and then I saw how
you have a crush
hard
on every
her
single
life.
person you interview. And
I know, because they're also
regardless
they're
of their
intimate.
gender.
It's just intimacy.
Yeah.
But I had a crush on her going in, then I just like, whew.
Yeah?
Like, whew.
What kind of music is it?
It's kind of bluegrassy. It's kind of gypsy.
Mm.
It's kind of...
She's a nomad, huh?
Country a little bit. It's very like a really cool version of like Nashville gypsy, New Orleans.
I remember I researched this one, and she was basically just like a nomad for a big part of her life, just busking around.
She traveled from the East Coast, I think West Virginia. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
West Virginia all the way to to Seattle.
Damn, that's about as far as you can go.
On a train, hopping trains to get to Seattle. All right, we're gonna have a great week. I got something to do. I got something ready for us to fuck up, and I am ready. I'm going to have a great week. Sierra Ferrell's, you're going to love her.
I can't wait.
You're going to fucking love her. And Nick, you ready? Ready to have a great week?
I think so.
I feel good.
It's a good Tuesday.
I feel good.
It's not 0 degrees anymore.
Oh, my God. It's so beautiful. I walked into fucking 65, flew in from Nashville. I went to visit Vince because he was having heart problems, and he had pneumonia. He was in the hospital. It was fucking scary shit, dude.
He's all right now?
He's good. He's happy. Came there. I'm going to direct his new music video. He's putting out like a solo
I love
record.
that you're like a video guy now.
I love it. Yeah, you wanted me to make a music video for him. So I'm going to edit it and direct it.
Yeah, you're good at it.
I'm getting better. We got a couple videos that I'm putting out here with singles coming up soon. We got one single coming up next week, I think.
Oh, really? Which one?
Grow Old. And then in April, our song comes out, Big Daddy.
Let's
blow it up.
I didn't write the lyrics.
Let's blow it up.
It's a fun song, actually.
I like it. All right. Have a great week.
It's a different thing for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for brainstorming what I'm trying to figure out for this year of festival, because I want to get something fresh and slap that ass with the cash.
It's a big summer for you. This is like a
This is a do or die
this
summer.
Is
this is a push. This is
I can feel it. Everything's coming together. Album. I see these
album,
things.
podcast, live show, big crowds. This is my year.
I'm turning into like this observer of the music industry because I don't have any goals beyond like the middle anymore.
I'm here to fuck it up.
I'm seeing what's going on here.
Let's go.
I'm seeing things come together.
It's all coming together.
I'm down because it's only going to help me in the long run.
All right, goodbye. Have a good one. Beau, I know this is your last week with us. It's been fun. We've loved you so much. I hope you have the greatest time.
You're welcome for the place to live.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome for the
honored.
job.
I'm honored to have your presence, your
Andy,
friendship.
Yeah.
I
hope you have fun on tour with that other band.
Hope you have fun on arenas while we're out here just fucking grinding it out here in Denver, okay?
Playing theaters in Madison. And
I'm going to Puerto Rico. All right, shut the fuck up. Don't worry about me.
Well, maybe I'm the one with the shitty life.
No, you have a great life. All right, we got to get out of this. Bye, guys. We love you.
I love those.
What's up, Sierra? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just enjoying this time off that I have now. Because I'm about to be really freaking busy.
So let's talk a little bit. So I heard you're from West Virginia.
Correct.
And you moved around to all these different small towns. Tell me about living in West Virginia. Like, what was your childhood like?
Well, when you're a kid, you don't really realize how, like, what else is out there in the world,
Yeah.
And when I was a kid growing up, well, especially in West Virginia, there's like, you're like kind of like tucked away in all these little hollers, is what they call them, or it was up and down, because I kind of grew up in my mom was, we were pretty poor, so we moved around a lot. But I wouldn't change anything because it made me who I am today, for sure.
What did your mom teach you about work ethic?
Oh Lord. Well, my mom, she's special.
Let's talk about it.
Well, she's my mom has been married like 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
And she really loved getting married, clearly. It was
Was she like what do they call it? Like a relationship goes to the next relationship, goes to the next relationship. She never had some free time for herself.
Yeah. And then, she was like going to nursing school. One thing that she did teach me though was, which is kind of a curse and a blessing, because when I was really young, she like loved me a lot. She loved me probably too much. And it's just like, it really sets up really high standards for partners in my life,
Oh, like her loving you too much was like when you started having relationships and these dudes didn't love you as much as your mom. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah. No, I feel that. I'm like that with my mom too. I'm like, God, I can't keep a relationship to save my life because I have this high standard of what love is.
Absolutely.
So so tell me about that. So like, do you think like, is that like detriment to you trying to find love, or do you take it as like a positive? Like, I'm not going to commit until I see that full 100% love that I deserve.
I see it as a positive at this point in my life. I'm 33 now, and maybe like when I was younger, it was probably more of a curse. But as I'm getting older, and I'm figuring out what I'm doing with my life and things are kind of falling into place, I definitely see it more as a blessing.
Yeah, that's good. What about when you were younger? Did it fuck you up a little bit?
Yeah, I would say, I say it did. And I'm trying to be on the path of healing too, because I feel like we don't realize how traumatic or how much trauma we have sometimes until it's like years later.
I know, isn't that fucked up?
That's fucked up.
I agree, dude. I agree. So, what do you think that is? Do you think we're just like we're just staying distracted, or do we like don't really listen to our brain or see how our brain reacts to things until later in life?
I think sometimes we just trick ourselves. We're like, we got this, we're fine. And then like, actually, you're like, actually, I'm not fine.
Yeah. Dude, suppression is a bitch sometimes. Like we've tried to like cope. We put a Band-Aid over something that's internally bleeding.
Yeah, there's a song in there.
Let's write it. When did you get out of West Virginia? Because your story is amazing. I mean, you're busking all around New Orleans and stuff. Like, give us like what made you leave West Virginia and start your own path?
Well, there just wasn't much going on for me there. It's just like, I was at the time that I started leaving West Virginia, I was staying on Jefferson Street. Do you know like that strip? I think there's like a comedian that did like a whole like thing like Jefferson. Well, just like, just like strip clubs and opiates. And it's really not, there's more. I'm not trying to like talk.
No, you ain't talking shit. You ain't talking shit.
Because like West Virginia is beautiful and it's charming, and there's a lot of good positive stuff about it. But, as a kid, I knew that there was something else I needed to be doing. Like, I just felt bigger. I was like, I need to be somewhere where it's more stimulating and like just more activities going on. But I definitely could see myself maybe going back to West Virginia one day because it's so beautiful with just the hills and Fayetteville, West Virginia is very beautiful with like the Gully Bridge and everything.
Mm-hmm. What about how old were you when you realized you had to get the fuck out of there?
Well, I mean, I was just in a dark place, and at one point I was like, I need to leave or I'm gonna die, you know?
Did you get into drugs and stuff?
Yeah, I was definitely dabbling in that. I'm definitely not doing it these days, which is honestly I see it as a blessing because I got it out of the way, you know?
Yeah, totally. So what so you felt like the lifestyle you were living in West Virginia wasn't healthy and you had to get a new change of pace, so you said, fuck it, let's go to New Orleans.
Well, I was like, fuck it, let's go. Like I was just like, I didn't go to honestly, I saved New Orleans for a few years while I was on the road because I was like, I already know I'm going to fall in love with that city. And
yeah.
I'm just going to save it. And so like, you know, I really just started going west and just kind of, you know, I've been all over. And I was actually living in Seattle first before I made my way to New Orleans.
How old were you when you started traveling?
I'd say like my mid-20s.
Oh, cool. So you were there for a bit. You went to college out there, or did you just stay in town?
I never went to college. I knew school wasn't for me. I don't know. Like, you know, school's for me. Like when I was growing up, I don't learn the way that they teach like mostly in schools. And you know, I bet you like most kids in America, they don't like, you know, because we all kind of have our own ways of learning and like, yeah. So it's like school wasn't for me. I was over the drama and I just dropped out. And I did get my GED from my parents because they're like, get your GED or whatever. And
damn. So you didn't even graduate high school?
No.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. So you didn't graduate high school. What were you doing in that? So when did you leave? Junior year?
I actually left my senior year, but I dropped out. I've dropped out of high school twice because I dropped out of school for like a year and then I went back because, you know, everyone's like, what are you going to do with your life? Like you need to be in school. You have to get your diploma and like, blah, blah, blah. And then so like I went back and then I was like, oh, this is as miserable as I remember.
Hell yeah. So isn't it crazy? Like when we trust our gut and then all of a sudden we get outside voices and opinions telling us what we need to do and it just still makes us sadder because we're not trusting ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I knew that there was something else planned for me. And I'm not going to be a doctor or like a lawyer or anything like that. You know, I'm not really good at science. Science?
Science? What? Juice? What the fuck is juice? Yeah, no, I get that. I left school. I'm a musician as well. And I started touring when I was 18 because I just knew there's more than just chasing the rabbit's tail in Los Angeles. I mean, so those 2 years. So when did you start traveling? How old were you?
I would say I was probably like 24, 25 maybe. You know, all the years kind of start to meld together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it was actually a good friend of mine who passed away this past year. She just like saw me, you know, like she was in a van at the time and she was visiting neighbors. I was living in a trailer park on Jefferson and she saw me and she's like, I'm getting you out of here. You know, she like had a chicken. She like traveled with a chicken and like a bunch of dogs. And,
hell yeah.
You know, like I was like, she's cool as hell. I like this chick. And like, she just like gave me a knife one day. Like she came back shortly after she came through with her van and the chicken. Her chicken was named Buck Buck. And like, you know, like the people flying signs, she'd be like over there, like, and the sign would say, "Can I get a book?" And she'd have like her chicken out there.
Hell yeah! So you started traveling with her. What did you like? Give me like the first month. Like, did you feel free? Like, what was going through your head? Were you writing music already, or was this like a dream you always wanted to do? Because I heard, you know, from the grapevine that you had surgery as a kid and it fucked up your voice, and you had to like blow balloon. You had to like blow up balloons over and over again to get bigger.
That is correct. It's true.
So what? Let's talk about that before we talk about the years. How old were you when you had this surgery?
I would say I was probably about 4 or 5. I know I could talk. You know, I was talking a lot, and then it was around the time that my parents got a divorce, and I had to decide to either go with my mom or my dad, which was like
At
really
4?
tough. Yeah.
The fuck?
And it was kind of messed up, you know, because like they were competing in a way. And but you know, my mom was just crying all the time, and I was like, I'm gonna stay with my mom, you know, and I didn't want to leave her alone. So I decided to stay with her, which was like a huge turning point. And like, you know, like it's like I sometimes wonder like what would have my life have been like if I would have went to California with my dad.
Where did he live in California?
He lived in California somewhere. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, I ended up staying in West Virginia. I think he lived in San Diego.
Oh, are you close to your dad or no?
You know, I'm not really close to my dad, but he lives back in West Virginia, and he's like good friends with my mom and stuff. So like they're still connected in a way, even though he was absent for many years. And so like my family all kind of lives close together. Like my brother lives close to mom, and he's got a wife and a couple kids, and my younger brother just got married. And thank God that my brother had kids for me. Because you know how moms are. They're like, so when are you going to have kids?
Yeah, you're like, I'm good, mom. Chill. Put that
like,
guilt on
I
another kid.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's like I would feel sorry for any child that I would have right now. I'm just not ready yet.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I'm 33. I've never even had a girlfriend. So I'm trying to figure that out. So what happened with this surgery? What happened? Why did you need surgery?
Well, it was just like, you know, a normal, my tonsils got swollen. They're like, oh, well, we're going to take these suckers out. And it's like, I guess and I've never heard other people talk about this much, but they took my adenoids out, which is like, has to do with your sinuses.
Oh, what?
It's like they took my tonsils and my adenoids out. And I guess that's it. Like I had to relearn how to talk all over again.
Oh, fuck.
Because there was all this extra space in there, you know?
Right.
And then like my body was like, what the heck? So then I talked like this. I talked like Minnie Mouse. It was like, it was even higher than that. Like I can't even do it now.
So what did blowing up a balloon do?
Well, for some reason, like whenever I would like try to blow, there was like some sort of situation going on inside of me where there was like some skin or like something that was like blocking the air. Like it would come up and it would like stop me from doing it, from like being able to blow air out. And so I guess I just had to like relearn and like work muscles that I was never used to using to like get used to just being able to talk and like communicate with people.
Holy shit. Were you like, so how many years did it take for you to develop that muscle back?
I would say it was probably about a year.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I had to go to talk about some fucking trauma.
Oh my God, as a kid, you're getting divorced, your parents are getting divorced, you got no throat.
I know. And I would like, and like every time I'd talk, my family would like laugh at me and I would just cry. And I'm like, you guys you never take me seriously.
Oh, I'd be out of town too. I'd be done. Hold on. So did you have a lot of trust issues when you were a kid?
I mean, the government gives all of us plenty of trust issues.
Yeah, totally.
Shit.
Even at a young age, you're thinking about the government?
Honestly, when I was a kid, like I just knew things weren't right, you know?
Yeah.
And I would definitely cry all the time. Like, well, you know, like probably more in middle school. Because like you go to history class and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Right.
Because, you know, the heart of man is good. But we are our surroundings and like, you know, rich people keep breeding and giving them mentalities of like taking over the world sort of situation. And who cares about the planet? Let's just use plastic, fossil fuels, you know?
Fucking nuts. And you were thinking about this at the womb? Like 10?
I was thinking about it at a pretty young age, and honestly, like I remember like going to school and like doing history classes and stuff, and I would just like dread it because I knew it would just like make me sad.
Do you believe in old souls?
I believe in reincarnation for sure.
So has your old soul ever have conversations with you inside of you?
I freaking hope so.
I'm assuming so. They're having a conversation with you via 10 years old about the government. That's insane. So you've always had this itch that something was wrong with society. And
yeah, it was like almost maybe even like a past life thing. Like I feel like I was definitely I lived in a world where it was more spiritual and people embraced spirituality more. Like I feel like, we don't talk about stuff much because we're too wrapped up in people being like, oh, I need to get up, I need to go to work, I need to make money, and then you go home and then you're tired and you just like eat your meal, watch a little bit of TV, go to bed, rinse, repeat,
Yeah.
And it's like, I just feel like in Western society, they've just like taken away all the magic. And there's spiritualism, but like, it's like God-fearing Christianity, which is depressing.
God, I know.
Any sort of religion, like where you're supposed to be scared and you're supposed to be fearful, you hate people because of how they are and who they are. That doesn't sit right.
Isn't that like the basics of society too?
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's not that hard to be nice to people and to just like let them be themselves as long as they're not hurting anyone.
What do you think? What do you think triggers that in people?
I think what triggers it is like a lot of it is raising, but also a lot of it is just like who we are as characters and also the people who we are surrounded with, because it's especially like for young children, it's easy to brainwash kids, because it's like,
right.
You talk shit about like a race of people because of their skin color. And then like, they think, their kids think it's okay and that's normal. And then until they find it on their own, they're like, oh, hey, this is fucked up. I shouldn't think this way about someone. It's because their skin's different.
Right. Or like even like other things as well, like morals, like maybe like society tells you that we need to get married and have a white picket fence and a dog and shit. And maybe maybe inside of some people, we don't really feel that way. So why do we keep pushing things on kids when we don't even know what type of brain they have yet?
It's true. It's
fucked up. It's like, so it took you 20 years to realize, fuck this. I'm getting in a car or a van, or what was the car you traveled in with the rooster?
The first one, it wasn't a car. Like we just got dropped off on the side of the interstate, and we just started hitchhiking.
What?
I know. She's like, here, put this knife on. I'm giving you this knife. Gave me a nice backpack. She's like, here, this is a Kelty backpack or whatever. She's like, put all your stuff in here. Don't bring too much stuff, And then we just got dropped off on the side of the interstate, and then by a friend of ours, and we just went.
Did you have a guitar?
I did have a guitar, absolutely.
Were you writing songs in those early 20 years before you said, let's do this, or you just like put it all out there and said, fuck it, I'm just going to learn on the road?
Well, my idea, like at the time, I remember I was like, I'm going to find my musical bandmates. Like that's like kind of what was the goal for me in my mind, in a sense, and also just to save myself and try to find a better way of life and just to see things, because like also that I feel like that's an issue with a lot of people is like they stay in their hollers or like back in the woods or whatever, or like isolated, and they just like surround themselves with people who think like them, and it's not necessarily the best way to think, and nobody ever challenges them or like leads them in another direction, and they just like marinate in that and become bitter. Or
it's like people think that there's nothing left, there's nothing more than what's outside of your zip code or area code.
Yeah.
And like that's not living. That's not, you're just it's just an echo chamber. That's what I have a thing about social media and like watching social media all the time is just like it's like one big fucking echo chamber with the people that you follow. How are
True.
how are you supposed to have different values or different ways of thinking? And if you're just hearing everyone either, pat your back or fucking, have the same views you have.
And that's what's crazy too, is like we are so powerful as people, but like today's in society, like they don't want you to know how powerful we are, how powerful you are.
I know.
As an individual. I mean, and of course together it's like even more powerful. But just like our thoughts, our words, we are our surroundings. Like we are our friends. Like if you surround yourself with people who think positively, actually genuinely care for you, and not just want something that you can offer them, then like your life it'll be more fruitful and fulfilling than if you get stuck in a pattern where you're like thinking negative thoughts and like usually, like you get depressed, you stay in bed, and it's like meditation is super important. Like to say, like having mantras, like where you like be like, I will be successful, I will be happy. Like if you say stuff with intention, and I mean, like meditating, like you don't even have to say it out loud, like just like think stuff like that. I mean, I try to do that every day personally.
Yeah.
I try to say I am healthy, I'm happy, I'm successful, my life is fruitful, and I say stuff like that at least once a day.
How long did it take you until you started loving yourself?
It's a different journey for everyone. I feel like I'm still learning to love myself because we have our insecurities, and it's just like just learning how to climb over that wall and just like learn to love yourself. And if like everyone says, until you learn how to love yourself, you're not going to be able to love people the right way.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm gonna clap it up for you. I don't even know you. I like this. You bad one, Sierra. Okay, so we're very similar in the way, like I when I was 19, I left LA, bought a van, and by myself drove a van around the country and just Craigslist musicians until I found the musicians I wanted to be in my band. How long did it take you to find your band of brothers and sisters to ride this journey with you? Or are you still looking?
I think it's always like a never-ending search, but I mean, I love the people who are in my band now, and it took me a long time to find that outlet for this because like I was in Seattle and I was busking. I was in a couple like street performing bands, but they were already in other people's bands, And then I went to New Orleans. It's the same thing. Amazing musicians, amazing people, but everyone's in a lot of other people's bands. Everyone just has so many irons in the fire everywhere.
Did you like that, or did you not like that? You wanted your own people for yourself?
No, I mean, I want people to be creative and be in as many bands, different genres as possible, but I just needed people to commit a little more to me. So then I could because my goal was to be able to tour eventually, and and you need people who are more free with, in that sense, so then they can drop what they're doing and come on tour,
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I never thought that Nashville would be the place for me because I mean, I love bluegrass music. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But I listen to so much different other stuff too,
Oh yeah. And I hear that in your music. I hear gypsy rock. I hear Tom Waits. I hear all this other things in bluegrass. And then I hear with the tracks with Billy Strings and a couple other ones hold on. I'm Sierra. I haven't stopped listening to your music all week. You're bad. You're bad. You're bad. You are you a bad bitch. I swear. In dreams, sick. And then Jeremiah, very sick. I relate to Jeremiah. I don't know if you're taught. What's that song to you about? Because I think of it as one way. All right, I'll just say it. I see it as you have, it's like a relationship, and you're finding love, and if someone doesn't give your full heart, you're just going to put them back on the shelf. Am I wrong about that, or is it the other way around? Or
you're definitely on the right track.
Tell me about it.
Well, whenever I wrote Jeremiah, it's a little bit of people around me because there was someone in Nashville. He was married, but he never wore his wedding ring, and he's an amazing performer. And that's the thing about being a performer. You're like on a pedestal on a stage.
Right.
So you put yourself out there, and then people see that and they're like, ooh, you know, like I want that. You attract a lot of people that like want to be loving towards you, or like, because they admire what you have.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, you know, I'd see all these women swooning over him because he's very handsome and he's very talented. And so, and I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was one of those women.
Let's go.
I mean, let's go.
Let's go.
I mean, nothing ever happened, but like, I just remember that. I was like, I have to put that in a song, because it's like, I found that he was married, you know? And then I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then so I kind of like got that, you know, the line in the song, you know, about like leaving the ring in your pocket, and don't stay out too late, come back home. And that's kind of how I got like a little bit of that, was like, you know, I try to use a little bit of my surroundings and try not to be completely an egomaniac and just write things about myself. You know?
Hell yeah. It's hard. I mean, you know, like we're trying to write about life, and I feel like a lot of people have very similar situations when you seem like you're an empath on how you write. Also, it feels like you're kind of writing that a little bit about yourself in a way, or no? Like people, maybe you don't see all the people who love you because you put love on such a high pedestal.
Yeah, you know what? I ding ding ding. What do we have for him, Johnny?
I don't know. I'm just getting to know you, but that's what
this is like a
it.
therapy session right now. This is great.
Hell yeah! I'll clap for myself. Hell yeah! Let's go, Frasco. Yeah. So what do you see in yourself in that type of relationship with others and yourself?
Well, I think, you know, deep down, we all just like want to be genuinely loved by a person.
Yeah.
And, you know, everyone's kind of different. People can be polyamorous, not me. But I guess like deep down, I've always like wanted a person to spend my whole life with.
Yeah, same. And is it hard to settle with somebody because you put such a high pedestal on it?
I definitely feel like as I'm getting older, it's getting a little hard. I mean, in a way, it's easier to maintain the feelings of it, you know, like it's not as devastating or saddening.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely feel it's like, you know, because my standards are getting even higher, because it's like I need someone on my level who's like trying to work on their career, and also, you know, I'm gone a lot. I'm touring a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like
you gotta have your own thing going on too, brother.
Yeah, it's like I need to have your own thing going on, and also like need them to be okay with me being gone a lot.
Yeah, same. So did you ever feel like? I want to go back to why you feel like that. Can we start in Seattle? What was Seattle like busking? Were you felt alone, or did you have a lot of friends, and did you make more money in Seattle versus how much you made in New Orleans busking? Because it says like you were making more money busking than playing the clubs.
It's true. And especially, you know, like now that I'm in Nashville, it's insane, because it's like it's quality over quantity here in some situations, because they're like, if you don't do it, somebody else will, you know?
Right. Exactly. So tell me about Seattle when you were first busking. Was that your first time really busking, was in the city?
No, but that's like I loved busking in Seattle because it was like in Pike Place Market. So there's fresh fruit, fresh flowers everywhere. Sick. And it's very charming, you know, like it's been around for in the beginning of America, you know?
So where'd you go in between West Virginia and Seattle for make you decide to land in Seattle?
Oh, honey, I was just everywhere. I just went, you know, like, and then I was riding trains and I was like hitchhiking. A lot of times I never really had a destination. I was just like, just went with the flow for a while.
Were you partying?
And I was definitely partying.
Like what kind of, like coke and stuff, or no?
I mean, I was drinking a lot, and I was definitely, you know, dabbling in some opiates. And I'm glad I got it out of the way though, because I don't, you know, like it's something I don't think about anymore.
Sorry to bring it up.
No, it's okay. No, like honestly, I learned probably one of my favorite life lessons on it because I passed away and I've seen some things, and I'm not afraid to die anymore.
Hold on, whoa, backtrack. You passed away?
Yeah, well, like I've passed away like 4 or 5 times from it, and for some reason, it just like I keep coming back. It's like God's like, there's more plans for you. You got to get out there. Like you can't come here yet.
So, do you mind talking about this a little bit?
Yeah.
What was so you overdosed 4 times?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 times, and
where were you?
One time, well, all over, honestly. But the one time that I passed away and I saw something, it was just like, it was very comforting to know that I definitely believe that there's something after this whenever we pass away.
Mm. What, so where were you when you first overdosed?
I would definitely say West Virginia.
Young? Were you young?
Yeah, I was probably early 20s, like 20, 21.
So right before you left the road?
Well, because it's like I was kind of in a dark hole for a while, like my early 20s, and then I just knew I needed to go, and then I went.
Right. Were you like kind of like I'm trying to figure out like what made you keep doing it after overdosing once? Was it the addiction or?
It was probably mildly the addiction, but I'm kind of a person where I can drop stuff probably easier than the average person.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing and seeing like what I've seen with people, because I could just like walk away from it a little easier.
Yeah.
I also feel like it was more, like my partner was doing it at the time. And I was like, well, like if he's going to be high, I guess I'll be high too. Sort of mentality for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm definitely I'm on a better path now, and like life is very fruitful and fulfilling. But like what we were saying about Seattle, I loved busking there because it's just so charming, and there's pretty good musicians, and there's like a pretty good busking etiquette, like where you sign up on the wall and stuff, and like you wait your turn. And you can just like go check out the thrift stores and like get a cup of coffee and then come back and play for an hour. And I definitely made a lot more money there than like I did most places. And it was just very easy. It's like easier on you, like New Orleans. Woo, Lord.
Oh my God. God bless your heart. Oh my God.
Like, there's like, you can just like feel the voodoo in the air, man. It's just like, I just can't with that city.
Why, like, I can't either. Like I that's why I know I can't live there, because I will drink 24 hours a day. It's like I can't. It's like I know myself and I can't say no. And is it hard for you to say no? No, you said no. You said it's easy for you to say no. You could just.
It's easier for me. I feel like drinking is a little different.
Yeah, same, dude. Same.
At least I don't know. It's just it listens, because I'm kind of like, believe it or not, I'm kind of an introvert. I'm an introvert extrovert, which is fucking hard to deal with sometimes.
Oh, it's hard to deal with it. Yeah, I'm the same way. It's hard to deal with in your mind, and it's hard for people to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because like, what? This is the interview about you. Why is it hard for you to be an introvert extrovert?
Because it's like, that's when you're like, okay, I'll just have a few to loosen up a little bit.
Right.
And then it's like a downward spiral.
Oh yeah. Then you don't stop until something.
And you're like, well, I guess I'll have one more. Like.
Right. So what made you move from Seattle to New Orleans? Did you just were sick of the weather, or sick of what were you sick of in Seattle that made you keep moving?
Well, after Seattle, I went to New Orleans, and then I fell in love with the city. And actually, okay. So I went to Seattle, but then I went back to Nashville. I went to Nashville for a while.
Yeah.
And then after Nashville, I went back to Seattle, and then I went back to. I kept going back and forth all the time. But then at one point, I went to New Orleans from Nashville, and I was like, I love the city, and it like I have like I was saying earlier, we're so powerful I feel like every time I went to a new city and I busked, I would just do so well because I was so high off of the city and like the newness. And I would like make like $200, $300 just because I was so high from like being in somewhere new.
Yeah. And isn't it amazing? Like when you put out good energy comes back, like you said.
It's true. Like, and if you like are pure and genuine with your thoughts like that, like it just blows my mind. Like more people don't talk about this stuff.
I know.
And like manifesting is so real. And you know, like people make jokes about this is how I think about society too. Like the society that we live in. It's like they make jokes about everything. They want you to like joke about like, oh, like hippies, like granola and yoga. Yeah. But it's like actually that shit is really good for you.
Exactly.
It's like society, they want to make a joke about it.
They want to conform you.
Yeah, they want to make you think it's a joke.
Yeah. And what about growing up? Was being a musician like a joke in your community?
Well, there's not much going on in West Virginia. There's like a few, you know, especially like in Charleston, you know. Mm-hmm. When it comes to like the music, you just go downtown and like what you get was what you get. Right. Although I will say, okay, wait, listen to this. You need to look up my buddy's band, Dinosaur Burps.
Dinosaur Burps?
Yes.
Let me write
Please
that
look. He is amazing, and he was in a band. Is my buddy called? His name's Brian Rude. He goes by B Rude. He like does rapping.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, I thought he would be famous. I remember seeing him, and he was in a band called Rabble Rousers for a while. But one of the guys passed away, Sam, and but now he's in that band called Dinosaur Burps, and he needs to get like. Sometimes like I see these people and I see all the potential in them, and I'm like, go somewhere where the people are, like where it's like I saw, you know, like Nashville's like that for me. It's like it was like a launching pad for me to be where I am now, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, what was your first break? Was it in New Orleans or was it in Nashville?
Well, you know, like every place kind of helped build me to who I am now. So like, even though like it might not have been the best times at times,
yeah,
it helped build me to who I am now and help prepare me for the future. And I would say Nashville. Like when I moved here, I was living in my van. I was staying at my friend's house who lives a block away from me now. And I was really sad. I was depressed. And the only thing I had was Honky Tonk Tuesdays. I started playing in this honky tonk band doing covers. And it was like the only thing I had to look forward to. And I was just like really sad. And I just kept trying to book shows around town and playing my original stuff. And trying to get used to being on stages because I was so used to performing on the streets.
What was making you sad when you first moved to Nashville?
Because I just wasn't sure where my life was heading, and I was just, I'm just getting older, and tomorrow's never promised. And I was living in my van, and I just knew that I had more to offer.
Yeah, that's goddamn. That's crazy. So. You started doing these honky tonks. You started going to all the honky tonks. Were you already writing original music when you were busking in New Orleans and Seattle?
Yes.
And what was coming from it? People loved it, or did you just? How is that?
Yeah. Like it was always so funny to me because people be like, "You're so good," and then like I would just be like, "Well, if I'm so good, why is my life like this?" You know?
Yeah. Well, it goes back to how you think. You know.
Exactly. It goes back to how you think. And I was playing more shows, so then I was like getting more confident, and I was like getting more in a better state of mind because like whenever I'm not playing music for a long period of time, like I remember looking back, I get even more sad because I have a hard time expressing my feelings.
Right.
I don't have a hard time expressing my mind, but when it comes to feelings, it can be harder for me. And I feel like I channel that with my music.
Mm-hmm.
I can help express a feeling through a song. It might not even be 100% about me, the song, but I can reminisce with like the feeling of the song to like actually channel that to express,
Is it easier to channel those feelings when you're writing about someone else versus when you write about yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely where a place for me.
What's the most vulnerable song you wrote about yourself?
Well, Little Bird.
Yeah.
But people don't know that. It's about I don't really talk about this much, but I feel like the people need to know.
Let the people know, Sierra. Come on.
Let the people. Well, it's actually Little Bird. It's like such a happy, uplifting song. But it's about DTing. It's about like withdrawing.
Oh shit.
And it's like, what's it about? Like, cause I'd be homeless and I'd be like DTing in the bushes or whatever. And like, I'd hear little birds singing and stuff around me. And and that's like, I wrote that song, like, little bird, now won't you sing to me? I'll know you'll sing for free. It's like, like being broke. I don't have enough. I don't have any more money to get more drugs or.
You were withdrawing inside bushes?
Yeah.
Why? Did you have no one to go to when you were withdrawing?
Well, I mean, it was just like, I was a transient person and I was just like hitchhiking and riding trains and stuff. So I didn't always have a place to be or a place to go. Mm. And, like I'd sleep under bridges. Although it didn't seem like that crazy to me because my mentality is, every person's mentality is a little different. And I've always been good at being a chameleon and like, embracing my surroundings. And like, I grew up pretty poor too. So it's like also my standards are pretty low.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I get it. So that's crazy. I think of, who are your idols that made you want to just travel by yourself when you were a kid? Like Kerouac and stuff? Like, were you listening to writers? Who were you listening to?
Well, it's for me, it's easy for me to get wrapped up in other musicians' stories. And, I didn't really like older music as much until my early 20s. I was pretty sheltered. I didn't really know like what good music was for me personally,
Yeah.
I was always like listening to the radio and like 90s music, like Matchbox 20.
Hell yeah.
She's so high, high above me. She's so lovely.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're the same age. You're 88?
Yep, I'm 33 too.
Yeah. That's so fascinating. So it's like what got you into like this gypsy vagabond life if you're listening to Matchbox 20 and Counting Crows and shit?
And Goo Goo Dolls, baby.
And Goo Goo Dolls, Iris and stuff. Iris makes you stay home, not go travel the world.
That's true. It's true.
So you just felt free? You felt free when you're on those trains and you're sleeping under the tunnels and you just felt...
Yeah. And, I was listening to like Jimmy Rogers a lot at that point. And, he's always fantasizing about like, and singing about trains and traveling.
Yeah. It's romantic.
I was definitely romanticized by all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I definitely will say the culture that comes with it it kind of wore me down eventually, because at the end of the day, we all have like our own trauma and like,
right.
And it's our duty to heal as people. We have the ability to heal, and that's our job. And I feel like that's also one of the main reasons of life is to just like season our soul,
Yeah. And, it's like that idea of ignorance is bliss. And once we stop being ignorant, we start opening our eyes like, ooh, this is actually a dark place, these trains and these tunnels and stuff.
It's dark. It's cold. My
cold.
side hurts. Ouch.
Yeah. My sinuses don't work. I don't know what's going on. No, I bet. So you got to Nashville. You're bumming out. What happened? Who gave you your first break? Was it a show? Was it a producer? Or were you just finally writing songs that, resonated with people?
I started playing shows, like I was saying earlier, out besides just like covers, and which I love to play covers.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was trying to put myself out there more and be more I can say this word.
Say it.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Tell you what, be more vulnerable.
I'm real vulnerable right now.
It's like vertical and vulnerable at the same time.
It's probably because I'm laying down. It's just hard to. But
it's It's all good. So yeah,
but
I get it.
I started playing out a lot, and Gary Petroza.
No.
Well, he works for Rounder, and he's like their engineer and producer.
Yeah.
And he just started coming to my shows, and he started showing up all the time. And I didn't realize how much of a big fish he was,
Yeah.
And then I looked up. He's like, "I'm going to get you signed to Rounder," and I'm like, "Prove it,"
Bring it. This ain't the first time some dudes tell me he's going to give me a record deal.
It's true. It's true.
Right. So
then
he pulled through.
He pulled through. It took about a year though,
Yeah.
He kept coming to my shows. He's like, "I'm going to get you signed to Rounder," and it was pretty cool because it's like Billy got signed to Rounder, and then I got signed, or I got signed to Rounder, and then Billy did.
Mm-hmm.
Which he's really cool, man. I love his music a lot, and he's come a long way too.
Yeah, I mean, even you guys have very similar stories, like parallel stories, where he grew up in a trailer park in Michigan.
Yeah.
And for him to fight his way through all the fucking everyone on meth and addictions and stuff to just focus his track on what makes tunnel vision into music, what got him out of the ghetto as well.
That's what makes me respect him so much, because I feel like, we do kind of have similar stories, and
yeah.
And here we are, we're doing so well for ourselves, and we didn't fall into that, we didn't fall into that hole.
Yeah, I'm going to clap to both of y'all. Let's fucking go. We got out of it.
We got out.
Let's go. We got out of the ghetto, baby. Let's go. Straight into the Nashville. Straight into East Nashville hip land. Well, that's great. So you got the deal with Rounder. How long did it take you to make the record?
Well, January of 2020, we went in for 3 days at this place called Southern Ground.
Damn, right before the quarantine?
What is it?
Right before the quarantine?
Yes.
Oh my God, perfect fucking timing, dude.
Well, I mean, but we got to sit with it too long. I felt like we added more stuff, but then we brought it back down. We're like, okay, it's like, well, we were just in COVID times and we were bored.
Clearly, we were just bored as fuck.
We were just bored as fuck. We're like, let's put a fucking penny whistle on this song.
Let's add some djembes. It's like that Dewey Cox, like he has 60 guys in the band, makes a record.
Oh. You don't want none of this, Dewey?
None of this. We're putting a cajon in this. So it took you the process of overthinking it. Yeah, I always want to think about that. Music shouldn't be overthought, right?
Well, I mean, and that's just also the thing with life. I feel like is the word entropy.
No, tell me about it.
Well, it's like the natural decline of things.
Mm.
But to us as people, we think that it's more like polishing up things a lot.
Yeah.
Because in the past, it was funny. I can't remember, he was telling me this. Oh my gosh. They're it's whenever, they mic drums, they put a mic on every drum. It's don't put a mic on every drum. Just put one fucking mic there. And then
yeah.
It's like we overthink things now instead of just instead of putting up one mic and going for it. It's they put up a bunch of different mics, and then they usually record the backbones, and then they're like, oh, well, we don't like this part. We're going to go back and redo this part.
Right.
But back in the day, they couldn't do that. They're just well, we just have to fucking just practice all together and nail this,
Yeah, totally. And even thinking about that meaning, it's kind of as we get older, we overthink happiness too. Remember, we just be happy about fucking ice cream or a cube of ice.
I still get happy about ice cream.
Hell yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Now we have to think about I like vanilla, non-gluten ice cream. Just it's we're overthinking the process of life. And I could totally see that same with music.
Yeah, and also just there's just so many different styles to record in, so many different microphones, and because there used to only be one freaking probably style of microphones, and one sort of a couple of different amps, and now there's just it's too much, and the same with like, old time music. Old time music has turned into bluegrass, which is like more polished. It's like people that's been sitting with their instruments for a long time and then they just got really good at it,
But isn't that like that's what bluegrass wasn't?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
like that's the thing about it. It's like it's so wild.
I don't get that. Like the reason why it's called old time music because why do we need to polish? Why do we need to polish something that's already beautiful?
I feel like people, just us as humans, we get bored too. We're like, it's like, oh, well, this has been going on for a while. Now it's time to bring something else new.
Yeah, but still do the same type of tune.
But still do the same type of stuff, but like different.
I don't understand it. It's like right now, Jinko jeans are in.
Oh my God!
You remember Jinko jeans?
The backs of my Jinko jeans were gone, non-existent, and they just were wet all the time. That's like all I can think of right now.
Now they're $300 a pair.
That's just wrong.
I know, but like it's like the same thing. Like we're trying to rebrand something that was already beautiful, and there's no need to change it. That's why I love the rawness.
Jinko pants are beautiful.
Yeah. Shout out to Jinko. Let's go. You hear you, Jinko. We love you.
We're here for you. Sponsor me.
Yeah, sponsor this podcast. Oh my! I'm gonna call him like, yo, we talked about Jinko.
Send me a pair of pants.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought it back. Like the process of overthinking it and then bringing it back to this raw feeling. What your record brings is, I mean, I'm thankful that you brought it back to the rawness of it because your lyrics are really good and you don't need to hide it.
Thank you. Well, what I think about like with the recording, it's like it's kind of newer, but it also has like a lot of old quality to it because it's like, I guess in a sense, I also want to show off like today's sort of style of recording. Like it's like a lot different, and it's like it's also good to realize the times and try to like work with the times.
Right.
Even though, like I like sounding really older and it took me a long time to love my voice and embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I sounded like a little fucking chipmunk or something, like.
Do you think, is that like just like stuff that's triggering from when you were 5 when you did sound like a chipmunk?
Dude, I'm going to have to pay you for therapy.
Let's just be friends. Let's just be friends. You don't have to pay. We can talk about this whenever you want. But like, what do you think that's it? Do you think like we still are scarred from our past?
I mean, I think that we can heal, but it takes time and it takes a lot of pain before it gets better,
Yeah. But what
because
makes
you have to like relive it.
Totally. But what makes you still think you sound like a chipmunk? You definitely don't sound like a chipmunk.
Well, it's just like, like sometimes I'll listen back to like recordings and I'm like, oh God. I was like, you guys just listen to this and then I'm going to leave the room. And
yeah,
I don't really know where that comes from. I guess like in a lot, when I was younger, I could also see myself from where my mom loved me a lot. Like I could see myself being kind of egotistical as a kid. And hell, today, sometimes like I can find myself, I'm like, no, that's not the way to be. Like, you don't want to do that. Like, that's terrible. Because there's definitely a fine line between confidence and ego,
Totally.
And being a musician is hard enough as it is being an extrovert introvert, because it's like, you need to go up on a stage where people are looking at you, expecting something with confidence.
Yeah.
But then you also need to remember that, don't let it get to your head, but just also still be in that state of mind that you're going to go out there and communicate and say words and sing songs. And it's just, it's a never ending battle. It's just like,
yeah, it's like an insecure narcissist.
Yeah, an insecure narcissist. Oh my God. Yes.
Because it's like we don't want to blame our parents because we wouldn't have the confidence to get on stage every day as an introvert.
It's true.
So it's like, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, fuck. I'm thankful that I'm an introvert because I'd probably be dead. But I'm also bummed about it because it freaks me out to be out there.
Yeah.
So what excuse me, what what do you do to like train your brain to think like these are just traumas from the past?
I've been embracing meditation a lot more, and which is really hard for me because I just have an ADD mind,
Yeah, same.
But a lot of times I'll put on like the guided meditation, so then there's like something there to help bridge the gap instead of me just with myself.
Right.
So then they're kind of like telling you what to do in a way, and then you can like it's like easier to kind of get into that headspace.
Keep going.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
I interrupted you.
No, it's okay.
Is it hard to get there?
It's definitely hard to get there, and I'm still learning every day. Like
Right.
you can't. It's like a muscle. You have to keep working it out for it to get buff.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's it's like that's a thing about therapy too. Like people are afraid to go to therapy because they don't think that their brain is no different than their muscles on their arms or their legs or their cardio. It's like we need to fight that stigma that we need to heal, and we need help with sometimes the thoughts of detangling our brain. Do you ever take psychedelics like mushrooms or LSD?
I love psychedelics.
Hell yeah, me too, sister. Did you microdose anything to help you get through the depression of living by yourself on the road?
Yeah. Like I microdose these days. Like I'll eat a little bit of mushrooms, and I always try to keep it minimal. I don't try to like overdo it because unless I really feel, unless I'm like party, but like,
hell yeah.
But most of the time, like when I'm just like chilling, I'll just like eat like one little chocolate or like,
right.
And just like the colors are brighter, the taste are tastier.
Your mind's a little more rewired to accepting the world.
Yeah. Also like, I highly recommend people to experiment with Special K. Maybe with
Was
someone.
that ketamine?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that's good for PTSD.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like it has helped with my depression extremely a lot. Like it's, don't overdo it. Everything in moderation,
Of course. What did you go to those ketamine like not retreats, but like at a doctor's office where they like put on like dark lights and have?
No, I'm not against going to a quote unquote professional, but
yeah,
I know I just always kind of just did it at my house, or just like I'm not trying to encourage people to do drugs or anything.
Yeah, no. But it's the stigma that hallucinogens and things like ketamine that can't help us is bullshit, because it can. It's a way to rewire your brain to thinking that whatever you're thinking is just another. Your brain starts thinking a different way, and you have to like kind of like fight with it. Like, okay, yeah, that is a different way. It's like kind of like having a conversation with somebody and not just waiting to over talk over whatever argument they have. You're actually allows you to hear yourself out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever written any songs on ketamine or mushrooms?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past me, but I also highly recommend DMT.
Yeah, I fuck with DMT. What? We're really getting to know each other. Hey, friend. Yeah, I like DMT too. When I started dabbling during the quarantine, and it really calmed my brain down.
What did you see? Did you blast off?
No, Billy always talks about him seeing fucking aliens and shit. I'm like, I did not see no aliens. I remember seeing like fractal things, but it was also I saw that how present I could be. If that makes any sense. It just makes you super present in the moment. You're laughing with your friends, or you're deep in, staring at a leaf or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
You got to do it again.
Yeah.
You need to do more. That's the thing too. Is I found that like I've done it a few times, and like nothing happened.
Yeah. No,
but
totally.
you need that person. You need that person to be like, keep going, because you want to stop, because you feel sweaty and you're just like, you feel gross. and you're just like, and you want to stop, but then you need someone to be like, keep going, keep hitting it.
So as an introvert, is it hard to do those type of drugs with people?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Whenever I do mushrooms, I'm like, bye. I need
out.
to be alone. But I just like get naked and start dancing around the house like alone.
Yeah, like bye.
Bye.
My inner self is calling again, and
hello, it's your inner self.
Hello, Sierra. It's Sierra. Oh, hey, Sierra, how you doing? Please get the fuck out of this house and go somewhere by yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I mean, dude, that's why we need to stop the stigma of that hallucinogens are bad. I mean, that's just like such boomer talk.
Well, that's just like another control thing. Like our government has a huge control issue, and they need a therapist.
Yeah, dude, that's a song. You better write that down, girl. You better. that is a tune, dude. I know we've already been an hour, and I know you got shit to do.
This has been fun. It doesn't even feel like an hour. I swear.
I know. I come to Nashville a lot. Let's go have a coffee. I don't know if you drink or anything. Maybe we'll have a beer or something next time.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck yeah. I got a couple more questions for you. So through all these, I mean, all the overdoses and seeing, maybe it's heaven, maybe it's hell, maybe it's a different being.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yeah, maybe it's Maybelline. Let's fucking go, dude. Oh yeah, maybe it's Maybelline. What did, like, as you're getting older and now more and more into, being an adult, what did you learn from all the near-death experiences that'll make you grow moving forward in your life?
Well, it definitely made me want to quit it, and I'm like, it helped push me in the right direction to be like, maybe I'm not doing the right thing.
Right.
And the fact that I never died all the way. Like I came back, and I was like, what I saw, like that one time in particular, it was like really eye-opening, and it comforted me because life can be so lonely, and we can get wrapped up in that. And because we're in our heads, we have our own thoughts, and it's easy for us to like make up stories and like go with it. But like that person never said that,
Right.
And
damn,
it's
it's like we believe all the lies in our heads.
It's true. Like it's like we are our own worst enemy at times, and it's like if we can realize that and like just move forward and do better,
Right. Fuck, Sierra, you are a bad motherfucker. I am thankful. Thank you for your time. Thank you, and I'm glad my friends introduced me to you because you're everything I thought you'd be. So thank you so much for being part of the show. I got one last question. I'll let you go. When it's all said and done, what do you want to be remembered by?
What I want to be remembered by is, I've been on this kick collaborating with like as many people as possible. Mm-hmm. And I have like some really good collabs that are about to come out, and I'm excited. And I don't really want to spoil it yet.
Don't tell anyone.
But I just want to be. I don't know. I want to be remembered in songs. I just want people to, because like, just like with old time is like there's festivals you can go to, and like these songs are literally hundreds of years old. And it's like a lot of times, like today, like we hear there's like a song of the summer, and it's like poppy and it's cute or whatever, and you can remember it. But like in my opinion, I feel like a lot of modern music, we're not going to remember it 100 years from now.
Yeah. Why is that, you think?
I don't know. Maybe we just get bored. We're just like in that direction as a human species to where our attention spans are very short, Yeah. And in the past, I feel like we didn't have as many distractions. So we held on to things more because then it was also easier for people to pass away from stuff, and, life expectancy wasn't as long.
Right.
So like things had a lot more meaning then. I don't know. That's why I kind of write the way I do, because I feel like it has a lot of the essence of the old stuff. And I just want, hopefully one day, like my brother's kids will like know my songs and like sing them.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way. But like, sorry, one more thing, and then I'll let you go.
That's okay.
Going into that though, it's like we remember all the substance in our life. When we were kids, all that stuff that was really heavy, really thoughtful, really hard on us. I feel like we could still have that even with an ADD culture. We just have to write substance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think you're fucking doing it.
Just doing the best I can out here, giving 110%.
Yeah, you will. You keep trying, girlfriend. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it big. You're gonna make it very well. I wish I had a southern accent. I'm from LA suburbs, dude. I can know nothing about the Tell you what, sister, you're gonna kill it out there. Tell you what.
Hey, sister, you're gonna kill it out there.
Sierra, thanks for being on the show, and hopefully we could cross paths soon. I go to Nashville all the time. I know you, or maybe we'll catch each other at a festival or something.
Dude, hit me up. Hit me up next time you're in town. We'll get coffee. We'll get dinner or something.
Yeah, I'm in. I'll shoot you a message on the Instagram. I'll throw you my digits, and let's be friends. I feel like we're really simpatico on the way we grew up and how we envisioned what our lives were going to be as a kid versus what we're doing now. So fuck yeah, keep going.
Thank you for having me on your show. You're awesome.
You're awesome too, Sierra.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right, Sierra. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. You're so gross.
I'm gross?
Yeah.
I'm gross? You are calling me gross? I've seen you eat pizza that's been sitting out for 2 days. I've seen you eat a sandwich off the goddamn counter with no wrapper. The things your feet have been in and seen. Was that foot fetish thing real?
Yes.
The thing about where pouring chocolate on it and all that voicemail?
Yes.
100% someone's trying to give you money.
Trying to give me money to go on OnlyFans.
Who is that?
OnlyFans.
Do you know them, though? The person that called you?
They've been emailing me. They've been emailing me. And I finally gave them my number. I'm like, all right.
How close are you to doing it?
I'm at 80%.
Because, you're going to make a lot of money.
I know.
But also, do you want...
I don't want to be...
it maybe seems kind of desperate. You already have, 6 ways you get money from people.
I don't need... But, it's not about making money. People just really love my feet.
I get it, which is fucking weird. I don't know. I don't want to kink shame. Actually, my kink is shaming other people's kinks. So I'm going to shame this kink. So you can't. You can't.
No, we got one of our homie Joey. She's got a foot fetish and she loves the podcast. She comments all over the podcast. It's just
if you're going to be into feet, maybe some people like gross feet. I guess maybe that's a thing.
No, just people like feet in general.
I'm not here to judge.
I was thinking of doing it with Jill. We're going to get Jill on it too. OnlyFans feet. We're going to try to make some money.
Our society is crumbling from the inside. I give it 2 election cycles before America looks nothing like it does. This is how people are making money now.
I mean...
They're selling pictures of their feet. They're starting cults.
Sounds better than working in a factory.
They're minting NFT. But at some point, we're going to have to need people to make shit so we can live.
You're right.
The economy is a thing.
Well...
Not some made-up thing. It's real, and it's based on things.
The 20s are all about mental health, so...
The 20s? Oh. I was going to say, you mean the 2020s.
The 20s are instead of roaring 20s, it's find yourself 20s.
Okay.
Is that cliche?
Maybe you need to find yourself a job.
All right. Goodbye, Nick. Thank you for everything. And guys, I want to do a little pump-up speech. I can't do the Eye of the Tiger anymore because we got copywritten.
I heard a crazy story about that song the other day, but I'm not going to tell it.
Don't tell it. We're going to get that guy on the podcast, the guy who wrote it.
Yeah.
Guys, we're going to have a great week. Whatever's going on in your life, don't worry about it too much. I know there's fucking worse things going on. Fucking Russia and Ukraine and what else is going on? Oh, in Texas, someone
Yeah, they're trying to make it so no one's allowed to be gay.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Florida has something where it's if you tell your teacher you're gay, she has to tell your parent. I think that actually got struck down.
The fuck is wrong with people?
I think it got struck down.
You know what? Don't let all this outside sources affect the person you want to be. Be whoever you want to be. Love your life. Love yourself again, because this is bullshit. Don't let everyone else tell you can't love your life just because you think differently than other people. Fuck them. Fuck that, and fuck the noise. You got this shit. Stay powerful. We'll see you next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. We can play this one.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for being a friend, America. We're going to be in the top chart. starts when you comment and rate.
We started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I like this one so gas.
This is my butt right here.
We love you.
Everybody.
All right, we out of here.
R&B
Okay.
lick. Oh, we had a nice loose one this week. I like it.
Okay. Goodbye, guys. Bye. Bye, Beau. Enjoy the tour. Enjoy the tour without us.
Enjoy your new life.
Enjoy your new life.
And the Academy Award goes to Beau Bilinski.
You're like a high school teacher now, Beau.